Hello, welcome to the demo on Azure Devops pipeline setup to deploy a Flask ML application as an Azure web app using the Azure Devops pipeline. This is the repository which is containing the code for the Flask ML application that provides the prediction for the houses in Boston area. As part of the pipeline setup, the work was implemented in 3 phases. As part of the first phase, the setup GitHub repo was bootstrapped with the files makefile, allo.py, requirements.txt, test underscore allo.py. Let me clone this repository to the Azure shell to demo the functioning of the first phase of the project. So this is cloning the project. Go inside the directory that contains the code and run make all, which will execute the required targets to test the code. This installs the required dependencies for the application to run, executes the tests, and all the tests are passed. So this makefile is complete. In the second phase, the GitHub actions was set up to enable the continuous integration for any check-ins that happen to the master branch. As part of the GitHub actions, there are 2 jobs that runs on every push to the master branch. The build job runs on the Ubuntu latest operating system, and it has the steps to set up a Python 3.7 runtime. Calls the make install command to install the dependencies that are specified in requirements.txt, does the linting check using the make lint command, and runs the unit tests using the make test command. So in order to demo the pipe functioning of the CI/CD pipeline, let me just edit a README file to show that the GitHub actions gets triggered. We go to the actions tab. We see that there is a job that is running. Finally, this job completed successfully. We can see that on the summary page here. This is the one which got triggered when a file was updated and committed to the master repository. And in the final phase, the Azure web app was created for the Flask ML application using the command az web app up the Azure Cloud Shell, AZ web app up, and giving the application name as flask-ml-service, and the required resource group name, and the Python runtime as Python 3.7. And the Devops pipeline was set up using a GitHub repository and a self-hosted agent. In the Azure Devops, Flask ML deploy project was created under the Flask ML Devops repository. Let me run the pipeline now to demo the functioning of this. This is the master branch. Click on run. We check is the agent running here. The agent is in a stop state. Let me start the agent and then go back to the, once the agent has started up, let's go back to the pipeline. Okay, now the job got picked up by the build server as the agent came up and it is running through the steps. There are different steps of here, like installing the prerequisites and then running the lint tests, archiving the file and creating the upload package that is required for deploying into the Azure web app. The build stage completed. Now the deployment job, which basically consists of uploading the latest code to the Azure web app, is running. This will take some time. So for the sake of demo, let us see one of the previous pipelines that got completed successfully. So this is the build stage which got completed and deployment job took about 3 minutes. So we can see here once it is completed, this is the web app that will be running. We can access it from the browser through here. And from the Azure shell, we can run a script to show the prediction. Here, this is the same application that was deployed through the Azure pipeline. So let me run a script. This will, yeah, and it gave the prediction result. We can demo using Azure web app name. Okay, can run the prediction command again. Here we can see it served a new request from this web application. Thank you for attending the demo.